because you're educating a lot of people about Bitcoin, and it's also a question I ask myself a lot because I also do a lot of Bitcoin content, and if Bitcoin is really that kind of sound money that we think it is, and it will come eventually anyways, like why are we doing the education part?
That's a very good question, because I asked it myself many times, and it's a nice mental experiment I'm doing with myself. It's like, yeah, if Bitcoin gonna succeed, like, do we need educators really? Yesterday I had a conversation here in El Salvador with one guy about it, and he sees Bitcoin as a not only like network of computers, but network of people. And it really depends on the users and people who use it if it's going to succeed as well. The more education we do, the faster the transition can be, or the less dangerous or less painful the transition to Bitcoin will be over time if shit hits the fan with a monetary system crumbling down. If people already have something to lean on, like Bitcoin, there can be less pain. And we see it in countries where something critical hits, like for example in Ukraine when the war came in. I'm from Slovakia, so there's a lot of Ukrainians came to Slovakia through the border. And I spoke with some of them, and they wanted to get Bitcoin when the war came in, but they had like no way to get it. They got some cash out of the ATMs, but then they got shut down or the cash was gone. They couldn't take their houses with them. So the price of Bitcoin were significantly increasing. And I believe if people would be well educated or had some Bitcoin as a savings, it would be much easier for them to relocate and start a new life, have something with them. I think this is like the education is kind of like a function of a time. The better we do that, the better we communicate Bitcoin and we understand the problems and show the problems to people, like, guys, get ready. If something bad happens, take it as a saving, but also as an insurance policy. I believe the transition would be easier and there will not be so much pain as there could be. I think Bitcoin will eventually win, even if there wouldn't be educators, but that adoption, I think, will be through pain, and it's not the ideal way. I think we can do it better.
If you educate your uncle, your aunt, your friends, and you teach them how to proper self-custody, how to have the right tools and how to have the right exchanges and how to set everything up in the right way, you probably free them of some pain they would go through if they didn't have that education. So I think educators are here to make the transition smoother. So I think that's a wonderful way to look at it. How did you find your way into Bitcoin, and did you learn it through pain, or did you have someone to help you?
Luckily, I learned it through curiosity. It's the other way around, so you can either go through pain or through curiosity. First time I heard about Bitcoin was 2015. Didn't care that much. I was like, okay, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a multi-level shit. Because it was introduced to me by a friend that was into these MLMs. So I didn't care for 2 years, and then 2017, my good friend who was doing web design in WordPress, we wanted a web for him for our company, and he told me, Dusan, right now I'm not doing so many websites, but I'm studying Bitcoin right now. I'm like, okay, Peter, so man, tell me more, because I kept hearing that and I don't believe it very much. So, but I believe you, so try to explain to me. And he was telling me not about the price going up, but more about how Bitcoin can help in societies and communities where they don't have access to bank accounts, where inflation is crawling in and hyperinflation is around. So that really fascinated me, and that helped me to see the benefits of the technology. At the time I was studying management and economics, but I was studying mostly Keynesian economics, because on the school we had no education on Austrian economics and on free market principles. So this got me intrigued, and I started to study Bitcoin. Like, I went down the rabbit hole that evening for like 6-7 hours straight, and then at maybe like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I was like, oh damn, I would need to go to sleep right now. And the next day I called my colleagues in the company, and I'm telling them, guys, I will not come to work for like 2-3 days. I want to study Bitcoin. So that was it for me. And already at the time I was an educator. I was teaching kids math, English, and physics. So that was kind of my job as a university student. I was tutoring, younger students, older students as well. At the time, I fell in love already with education. And when you see that information clicks to a person and suddenly, they see world differently, When you see the confidence in kids going up when they understand mathematics, and the parents seeing them differently and giving them more credit and respect to the kids, that was for me like amazing moments where I really fell in love with teaching and education.